While the 2018 Venom film starring Tom Hardy as the titular anti-hero has been subject to generally mixed reviews by audiences and critics, the overall audience consensus seems to find the movie an entertaining superhero blockbuster with a solid production and entertaining cast. And with a sequel on the near horizon, it's clear that Hardy's performance as Eddie Brock warrants another outing. The latest trailer for Venom, Let There Be Carnage, has given us a closer look at the primary antagonist of the film, Cletus Cassidy's Carnage. Seeing as Carnage's live-action debut has been widely anticipated by enthusiastic fans for quite a while now, it's safe to say that his appearance in this latest trailer did not disappoint. While this iteration of Cassidy seems to be just as terrifying as his comic book counterpart, many fans who may not be avid comic book readers might not know much about the infamous Cletus Cassidy, the Carnage symbiote, and what exactly makes him so dangerously terrifying. So stick with us, watchers of the Marvel Multiverse, as we break down just how powerful Carnage is, and what exactly makes him such a formidable opponent for Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock in the upcoming Venom sequel. First and foremost, let's talk about Carnage's main host, Cletus Cassidy, who was an infamous killer far before he bonded with the symbiote that would later transform him into the being known as Carnage. As a child, he murdered his grandmother in cold blood by pushing her down a flight of stairs, without a hint of remorse, before setting fire to the orphanage where he was later sent. Cletus Cassidy is a disturbingly mentally unstable individual with deranged psychotic tendencies and fundamental disregard for human life. And this was all without the influence of the symbiote known as the Clintar. Before eventually bonding with an offspring of the Venom symbiote, Cassidy was imprisoned and was in fact in the midst of serving 11 consecutive life sentences for his various heinous murders. What makes his bond with the symbiote unique, however, is that Cassidy and the symbiote are no longer separate entities from one another. When Cassidy was first exposed to the symbiote in his comic origins, it was when he was a cellmate with Eddie Brock, and he first bonded with the symbiote after it entered a bloody cut on his hand. Symbiotes usually bond with the host externally, and the host and the symbiote remain separate entities that influence each other and communicate with one another. This was the case with Spider-Man's black symbiote suit and the case with Eddie Brock bonding with the Venom symbiote. Seeing as the symbiote entered directly into his bloodstream via a cut on his hand, however, he and the symbiote seem to have bonded completely into one singular entity, referring to himself as I, whereas symbiotic relationships like Eddie Brock and his Venom symbiote refer to themselves in the we tense. In the film, it appears that this will be changed slightly, however, as Cassidy will become the host to the symbiote by biting Eddie Brock. Once bonded, the symbiote amplifies and feeds off of their host's mental state. This rapidly exacerbated Cassidy's mental deterioration and descent into insanity, stripping him of what little compassion may have remained, and solidifying him as a bloodthirsty murderer with powers that matched, if not exceeded, that of Venom. During his first rampage as Carnage, he chose the first victim of his murder spree by simply flipping through a phone book and choosing a person with the stupidest name he could find. He tracked down a man named Gummy Stein and elected to kill him simply because he found his name to be ridiculous. As far as his physical capabilities are concerned, he is oftentimes cited as being far stronger than Spider-Man or Venom. His durability and healing factor are among the strongest in the Marvel Comics tenure, with the symbiote being able to heal both itself and Cassidy from a myriad of different injuries, including going so far as to heal decapitation. This is an aspect of Carnage's powers that isn't really touched upon all that often. His insane healing factor is only outmatched by some of the top tier Marvel characters such as Wolverine. Carnage is able to use the symbiote's biomass to create an array of different weapons and constructs, much like that of Venom, ranging from blunt force objects such as maces and clubs to bladed weapons. But Carnage has a particular skill for ranged attacks that Venom seems to lack, at least to the same degree as the Carnage symbiote. He also used the shapeshifting ability to create wings for himself that have allowed him to fly, as well as use the symbiote to camouflage himself into his surroundings and form fangs, claws, and webbing similar to that of Spider-Man. The symbiote also grants its user incredible physical strength, and it has been measured that Cassidy can easily lift in excess of 80 tons, and his stamina is augmented to the point of allowing Cassidy to survive the harshest conditions known to man, even surviving a stint of time in the vacuum of space after his battle with the Sentry. This immense physical power combined with his unstable mental well-being makes Cassidy one of the most formidable and terrifying antagonists in the pages of Marvel Comics by being widely unpredictable, incredibly powerful, and utterly ruthless. Carnage is one of my favorite villains in all of Marvel Comics, and I can't wait to see what Woody Harrelson brings to the table with the character. Carnage is definitely among the most powerful villains that Spider-Man has ever faced, which is why it oftentimes takes both Venom and Spider-Man together teaming up to take Carnage down. I've always sort of looked at Carnage as Marvel's version of the Joker, only with crazy superpowers, and I cannot wait to see what Cletus Cassidy has in store. I really hope though that they don't kill him off at the end of the second movie, as I would love to see Carnage Cletus Cassidy be a mainstay of the Venom franchise, and really want to see Venom and Spider-Man have to eventually team up to take him down. But anyway, my friends, what do you think of the character of Carnage as well as the Let There Be Carnage trailer? Where does Carnage rank in terms of your favorite supervillains from the pages of the Marvel Pantheon? And what do you think of Woody Harrelson for the role? As always, my friends, hit that subscribe button to assemble and join our team, and have a great day.